Yo everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We are out on a different type of bike. Now for those who follow the channel regularly, you'll know that I used to do quite a bit of gravel riding, but there's been a bit of a lack of gravel riding content lately. That's because last year I sold the gravel bike, but I sold the gravel bike plan of upgrading it because I had the cross country bike and I had the gravel bike, and I thought to myself, you know what, it's all just taking up too much space. With Daisy came along, I just don't have enough time to be riding 2-3 bikes, so I thought I'm going to sell them both and take the opportunity to upgrade the gravel bike. The gravel bike that I had was quite like an entry level one, and I always wanted a kind of mid-range or kind of top of the mid-range one, like a bit of a better bike, like a kind of like a fast kind of gravel bike. So that's what we're riding today. Bought this bike. A bit of a story about the bike, but I'll get into that later, because the bike was my first choice, but then became my second choice, then became the choice. I'll get into the bike in detail in a bit. It's currently 7 o'clock in the morning. We've got about 20 miles planned, nothing major today. We're going to take little Daisy swimming this afternoon, so I said to Steph, I'll just do a little slack ride. We're going camping tomorrow, got a lot of stuff we need to sort out. Never been camping, well, I've been camping, but I've never been camping with a family before, so we've got like a lot of things to figure out for that. So what we'll do today is just a bit of a slack urban ride. We're going to be going up to Newcastle, got a banana, got to grab a cup of coffee, and then basically ride the cycle path down the south side of the town home. We're going to take, like, there's a cycle lane, like part of the wagon ways. I think I've never rid it before. Runs up to kind of, I think it's Exhibition Park, so it's a bit of on and off road all the way, but it's kind of stuff like this. Like I said, I've never rid it before. I'm going to get my map on, plotted a route via Komoot, and see where we end up. I feel like it's ages since I've done stuff like this, and I'm going to be honest with you, I miss it a lot, or I've missed it a lot, sorry. So I'm going to stick the camera away for 2 minutes, get my route plotted, let's get going. Hey, you know what? I've never been along here before. This is kind of Battle Hill area. Cycle route of North Kings Bridleway, I think. North Kings Bridleway, I think it said. It's crazy to think this is like 2 miles away from my house. Right, I'm kind of heading kind of west. When I head west, I know you either take the cycle path along the quayside, if you know Newcastle at all, or take the cycle path. It's kind of hard to explain that one, but it goes kind of through Burden, takes you around the back into Ponteland. It's like a cycle path that way as well to take. But I've never been along here before. I like it. Sometimes you forget about, you always stick to your general routes. I've been riding gravel riding now for about, about 5 or 6 years around here, and you think you've been everywhere, and you clearly haven't. And I said when I bought this bike, I'm going to try and do like sometimes I plot a route and it almost turns into a bit of a training ride where I'm kind of like trying to power through it. And this time I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to explore a bit more. I was not having a gravel bike for a while. I've really kind of like thinking about the way I used to ride. I'm just trying to explore a bit more now and use it for what it is, an adventure bike. An adventure on it, like this. This is an adventure. And I'm currently 3 miles from my house. I've never been on this path before. This is turning out to be quite the ride. So 7 miles in, pretty much gravel all the way, all these backtracks. There's a town war, or the hoppings as they call it. Just coming to Newcastle now. Nice cup of coffee. See what we can get. So actually, before we do a coffee stop, why did I buy this bike? So I've been eyeing this bike for a while. It's a Cervélo Aspiro. Don't know how you pronounce it. I think that's how you say it, Aspiro. I actually wanted it in a wood smoke blue, I think it was. It's like a blue colour. Very nice. Couldn't get it. And I wanted it with a single front training ring. I got a bit held up at the start of the year. I was a bit ill and stuff. And kind of went from a bit bad to worse. Before I knew it was around March time. Had a few things going on. Thought I'd resume the search for the bike. Just couldn't get it anywhere. So went from that to a Scott, which takes you kind of into like back end of April, May time. Ordered the Scott. It was a Scott Addict 20 in blushed pink. Kind of isn't me, but I thought, you know what, for some reason I just really like that bike, so I'm gonna get it. So we ordered the Scott in pink. Had it on order for about 2 weeks, and then it turns out Treads sent us an email, the bike's discontinued. So I had a little flick around, couldn't find it anyway. I was like, what the hell's going on here? But then when I was looking on the internet, there was a kind of a post, I can't remember what way it was, or what, it was on like a web page of sorts, and a guy was explaining that Scott apparently is going into liquidation, or there's been a big like hoo-ha about the CEO, and the police got called and had to remove the CEO off the premises and that. And I kind of read it a little bit, didn't get right into it, so I don't know what was going on, which got us a bit worried. But then I started looking into things, and I started to see that all the Scott bikes were discontinued. And I was like, this is interesting. So I went from that, and there's hardly any stock on the Scott bikes. As of today, on June the 14th, well sorry, as of about 2 weeks ago, so there might be stock now, I don't know. This is just what I found 2 or 3 weeks ago. And got us a bit worried about buying a Scott bike. So that is the bike in all its glory, in a ice white, I think it's called. But yeah, back to the blush pink story. So I ordered the bike, wasn't in stock, and then we kind of had another look at bikes, well I had another look at bikes, and there was like a couple I seen. But I'm not really into white bikes or like pink bikes, but for some reason that one grew on us. So I thought, I can't get the Cervélo Aspiro 5, I think it is, in the wood smoke, but it was available in, I think it's Sea Ice it's called, or Ice White. Did it in 2 or 3 days, interest free. Thought it'd be rude not to. And here we are, and now it's came. I really like it. It's a nice bike, I like it. It's exactly, I said to Steph when I took it for a first ride, I come back with a big smiling face and I said that's exactly what I wanted. It's kind of like a fast gravel bike. It's pretty quick on the roads, it's pretty quick on the gravel. It's exactly what I wanted. And I miss gravel riding so much. Missed it so much. That was the story behind the bike. Not sure if you can see. June, and it's pissing down. But at least it's warm though, so we're going to make a mad dash for home, I think. I plan to come this way anyway, but Steph just texted. She said it's pissing down at home too, so it looks like we're going to get wet. Don't know how much more I get filmed. Little short vlog, new bike. I think it's about 8 miles, I think 9 miles from here. Relatively flat, smooth cycle paths like this. Let's give it a burn, eh? Put the foot down, even though I was just saying 2 minutes ago that it's not about putting the foot down. Right, chuck it down. So then, what I suppose the good news is I've made it home. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.